Are we
Hello.
live? Are we here?
I think we're here.
Hey, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Welcome. Welcome,
Is
welcome, welcome.
1 year old.
One. 365 days. Wait, was last year
Last year was a leap year.
last year was a leap year, but we started it after leap day.
Yes.
So 365 days
Wow.
of Antioch Youth Ministry YouTube.
Is this our first upload was yesterday or today?
Today.
Today was our first upload a year ago.
A year ago, yeah.
Wow.
March 24th, a day that will live in infamy.
2020. Man.
Wow. All the memes, right? Wow.
Wow.
I kind of feel like all of human history is going to be known by the days before the Antioch Youth Ministry Fort Worth YouTube channel.
Yep.
And the days after it.
Of course.
100%. That's just a feeling I have in my gut.
All of human history.
Yep.
Is defined by the Antioch Fort Worth Youth YouTube page.
No, yeah, for sure. It's going to happen.
100%.
I think we should start the calendar over and just call it January 1st.
Yeah, honestly. Who cares about the Mayans, you know? Who cares about them?
Oh, the Mayans. Wait, that wasn't they didn't make the calendar.
I know. I'm just making stuff up. I'm just saying stuff at this point. You bought it, so
breaking news. The
I'm
Mayans made this calendar.
You totally bought it.
I did for a second. Because there was the whole Mayan calendar thing a few years ago.
Whenever isn't that when they thought the world was going to end in 2012 or something?
Yeah, bro.
Because it was the end of the Mayan calendar, and I was like, do we even go by that anymore? Like, what does that matter?
This is so ridiculous. This is the type of content you can't get anywhere else. What's up? Let's see. We've got the Guilds in the house. Hi, Guilds.
Hello.
We've got Caleb in the house. What's up, Caleb? We've got Ian and Levi. What's up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Ian. I can't believe that was 9 years ago. The 2012 Mayan calendar fiasco. That's crazy.
They made a movie called 2012 for that particular reason.
They wanted that money, man. They wanted to monetize this whole.
It's actually kind of crazy because has that ever happened before? That there was a worldwide, global, scary thing that happened, and then somebody made a movie about it instantly, essentially. Because 2012 came out in 2012, right?
Yeah, it was smart.
The fact that we did that during the pandemic is.
Yeah, where's our COVID movie?
There should have been. Oh, wait, 2012, fun fact, 2012 came out in 2009.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, so they were anticipating it.
They're anticipating that the world would end in 2012.
People are crazy.
That probably piled on to the whole Mayan calendar.
Okay, let's do this. Isaiah, tell us, what was a day in the life of Isaiah in 2009?
Oh, 2009, Isaiah was 13 years old.
Wow.
What grade are you in? When you're 13, you're in 8th grade, right?
Yeah,
you're in 8th grade. So I was in 8th grade. I was in band. Yes, I was in band.
What did you play in the band?
I was playing bassoon. Shout out.
Ooh, bassoon.
The bassoon. Okay, so now there's a Mayan calendar.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Why is this happening again?
So it begins. Oh, by the way, Joel, yes, your birthday's next Monday. That's awesome. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
Oh my gosh. And then what else? What else was it? Was the life of 13-year-old Isaiah?
Besides the bassoon.
I mean, that was like my whole life for like a long time. And then I'm volunteering at church. I got my first phone when I was 13. It was a flip phone.
Oh, you got the flip phone?
Mm-hmm. It was a flip phone. And my first text message was, hey, you're playing in the band at church this Sunday.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it was very, very groundbreaking for me. First time playing the bass.
Oh, my goodness.
Big church, 13.
That's a big moment for you, man.
It was a massive moment.
2009, man.
I've been playing bass for 12 years. This is a long time.
That's awesome. Shout
I've
out to
almost been
2009.
playing bass. I've almost been playing bass as long as I like. So I started playing bass at 13. I've been playing bass for 12 years. So like in 2 years, I would have been playing bass longer than how long I was alive before I played bass.
Wow.
Crazy.
That means you're a real bass player.
Yeah.
You can like say, I am a bass
Yeah, like
player.
I like actually do that.
You said doo-doo.
I
feel like I need to point that out.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Well, welcome everybody again to our 1-year anniversary show. I feel like we should have like recorded a video of ourselves back then that we should play now, commemorating that, but we don't have that.
Look at a 1-year-old video.
But I do want to ask this. What are y'all's favorite moments?
That, but
Was that me?
that was you. I went over to the YouTube stream on it.
That scared me. I was like, who was that? Yeah, I want to ask you guys, what are some of your favorite moments of the last year on this YouTube show? Because we've had a lot of interesting and funny moments over the past year. Speaking of which, I went back recently and watched the first church service that we streamed. And I was preaching, and I was laughing about how we were talking about everything like, hey guys, just so you know, like we're gonna for at least 2 weeks we're not gonna have anything on campus. I was like, it's true, at least 2 weeks. That was kind of funny. But yeah, okay, so what are some of your favorite memories? Okay, beard shaving competition, says Ian. It was a good one. That was pretty awesome. I was sad. I was mortified and sad that I had to shave my baby beard, but it was a good moment for sure. Jesus in the chat. What's up, Jesus? I'm so glad that you're here. I was kind of thinking you were already here, but now I'm glad that we've been confirmed. Yes, the Disney movie bracket. That was awesome. That was an underrated Zoom life group moment.
See, okay, so the Disney movie bracket was like almost, would you say it was controversial?
Oh yeah, I thought that y'all were gonna like not be friends anymore for a minute.
It didn't Mulan win? Who won? I think Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan won. Mulan won. Actually, both of them. I think. No, wait. Mulan won one of them. The junior high.
Incredibles won the other one, right?
Yeah, I think that's right. The Incredibles and Mulan. So, I thought some people were gonna leave the youth group. Actually,
honestly, I think it was Mulan versus like Tangled, and like the Tangled people, they were almost out.
I remember Asher and Lizzie being absolutely just livid at the movies that were losing. That's the memories I have, is the two of them just being so mad. So you got to watch out for those Disney brackets. They'll get you. I think we should do another one of those actually. But
that was a fun one.
I think one of my favorite moments is when Isaiah prank called Cece's. And he had that ridiculous accent. And the lady was like, I don't know. She was like, let me get a manager. She was trying so hard to help.
And then she realized what this was. I feel so bad. Oh my god.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was such a good moment. Man. Okay, what is the man? I have a lot of good memories of our YouTube show, but I think my favorite memory is a tie. It's a tie between doing the breaking news show again.
Obviously,
breaking news show, my favorite thing in the world. But I think when we were playing that game with Lloyd and Lauren, and I was the Minnie Mouse thing. I went back and watched that recently, and everybody is so confused.
I'm just so confused. Oh my gosh.
Mulan's
in the chat. Mulan will be around. You know what? You probably are.
Whoever is taking their time to do this.
Let's see. I have more memories that I wrote down.
Okay,
I know.
Hold up.
Oh.
I wish Judah Cox was in the chat. Let's see what happens now. Let's see.
Yeah, Judah, where you at?
Let's see what happens.
Ian's got another one. Isaiah's Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, man,
infamous. Also, by the way, it's late March, so I guess it's time for you to have your Christmas tree out.
Okay, so yes, I still have it up. Actually,
no, you don't.
Do you guys see it over there? You see it?
Isaiah. Why?
Why?
What? I mean, why? It's March.
Listen, every time I look at that tree, I think about me stealing that from Jade Hernandez, and I just can't take it down. It gives me too much joy.
That's kind of sad. Hey, one of my favorite moments was when I had to go stand out on Trail Lake and hold a sign saying, "I am a loser."
I'm a loser, and you got encouraged by so many people.
And God was sending encouragers to park in the library and tell me I'm not a loser. I need to think about that more often and just remind myself that. See, that's what sparks my joy, is that the people of Fort Worth want me to know I'm not a loser.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. Other favorite moments. Well, I think that on a more serious note, I loved our racial reconciliation convo with you and Lloyd.
Really
that was rich. Video. That was rich. And like that video is one of our most viewed videos, actually. A bunch of people from the church watched that. Another one is how Abraham Stevens absolutely destroyed us in the chat at all times. At all times.
The Christmas tree has joined the chat.
The Christmas tree. What in the world?
Oh, I've been taken down for 4 months.
The Christmas tree is calling for help. Will somebody help? Oh my goodness.
Oh,
crazy.
Man.
Let's see what else. Oh, the biscuit challenge.
Biscuit challenge I hate because I lost.
The blindfolded biscuit challenge was like the only thing I could win. So that's a good memory for me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a great memory. Isaiah beating Graydon in a lot of things.
Oh man. Also, the original, It's Tricky series, back in the day.
Oh man.
It's tricky, Tricky.
It's tricky.
Oh man, there's a lot of good memories. Thanks for sharing, Ian, some of your favorite memories. And also I looked up some stats here on my handy dandy post-it note. Okay. So I want to share some of these because this is kind of crazy to me. Some of our 1-year stats. So we had 4,690 views. That's a lot of views, and I never expected to get that many YouTube views on anything that I ever did. So that's 787 hours, and that, I mean, honestly, guys, y'all spent 787 hours watching our YouTube channel. That's kind of embarrassing for you. I'm just kidding. Wow. And our number one video, which Ian just mentioned, is vaping a sin? Our number one YouTube video. Apparently, people come to YouTube to ask the important questions.
Yes, of course.
Vaping a sin. Legitimately, I think we've had at least one view every single week for a year on that video, as well as random comments from random people. So, kind of hilarious.
I need to go back and check that video. I need to add the view.
I haven't watched it since the beginning. I don't even know what I said. So hopefully,
I'm just saying random comments. I need to go back and read them. I need to figure out who.
Yeah, like very there's people like very heartfelt comments on there.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of random, but And then lastly, we had 97,000 impressions, meaning that we had our videos were seen 97,000 times on YouTube, which we don't have 97,000 views. So, not we have like a 2%, 2% of people actually clicked our videos. But you know what? We're going after the ones and twos, the 1s and 2%. Handy Danny Post-it note. What's up? You're the handy dandiest.
Wow.
Post-it note.
Also, what's up, Leah? Glad that you're here.
Hey, what's up, Leah? Okay, so you know what? That's enough with stats. I think it's time to do a giveaway.
I think so too. But here's the rules. The person who has been making all of the different profiles, unless you answer with a name that we know from our youth group, you don't get the prize.
Yeah, we're not sending a prize to Handy Dandy Post-it note.
I'm not sending a prize to Isaiah's Christmas tree. But you can if you want. It'll end up in my mailbox.
Yeah, I'm gonna mail it to Isaiah. All right, so we have two prizes, 2 challenges. You have to win. You have to win this prize. You don't just get it. It's not just a giveaway. You know what I mean? We've got 2 challenges, 2 questions that you have to answer. So there'll be 2 winners, and you're gonna win a Chick-fil-A gift card mailed to your place of residence. Okay, so it's a good prize. Listen, it's a good prize. So I have 2 questions. So you're gonna have to send it in through the chat. And you're going to have to put all the information in one chat message that we don't have to keep track of all the different things. The first question's easy, simple. Second one's a little bit harder. So you got to put it all in one chat. And then if you are the winner, then we'll send you a Chick-fil-A gift card. So without further ado, challenge number 1, answer this question in the chat and you win a Chick-fil-A gift card.
So this is they only have to answer this one question.
Just this one question, you're a winner.
Okay.
How long in minutes and seconds was our very first video upload on our channel?
Ooh.
Let's see who is the first person to answer that question. How long in minutes and seconds was our very first upload to the YouTube channel? Let's see who can get it.
Is that Ian?
Yo, Ian! Ian with the first Chick-fil-A gift card. Hey, that is correct. 1 minute and 16 seconds. It was not our teaching video. It was a welcome video because you know what? We believe in hospitality around here. I welcomed the entire globe to our YouTube channel. Ian, you are the first winner, and so you're going to get a Chick-fil-A gift card mailed to you in the mail. For how much? I won't say. Could be $1 million. You'll find out. They probably don't do that, actually. No. There's probably like a limit. What if someone walked into Chick-fil-A and was like, I'd like to put $1 million on a gift card? Like, surely,
$1 million.
Like, surely they would say yes, right? Like,
no, they wouldn't.
But like, they're gonna turn down $1 million.
They would say, get out of the store.
What?
Yeah.
No, they would not. What kind of Chick-fil-A owners do you know?
They would say, get out of the store. Or they would call.
What if you could back it up? Like, what if you literally were like, I know I'm gonna
pulled out a briefcase, you had $1 million in there?
Listen. What if it was like Bill Gates and they knew he had $1 million? And he was like, listen, over the course of my life, I'm probably going to spend $1 million here. So why not just preload it?
No.
I think they should do that. How much chicken would that be? It's like what, like $9 for $8 for a meal?
It's like $8.
Okay, so like 1 million. Why am I doing this on the show? I don't know. Divided by 8.
It's the birthday show. We were just
doing wow, you'd have to do 125,000 meals. So how much is that? Like if you lived 365 times, let's see, you're 80 years old, divided by
quick math.
You'd have to eat at Chick-fil-A once every 5 days for 80 years to spend $1 million.
Ian's question is hilarious.
Yeah, that's a bad deal. That's a really bad deal.
Imagine
losing that gift card. Yeah, that's a good point. That would be absolutely devastating.
That'd be the funniest thing ever.
It's like the people who have Bitcoin and they can't get into their account.
Oh no!
There's this person who owns like millions of dollars in Bitcoin, and they can't access their account. And they forgot their password. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, next question. This one's a little harder, and let me just say this, Ian, you can't win again.
Oh,
we gotta spread the love here. Okay, so based on the last 15 messages, it looks like Caleb McFadden is probably going to win this because so far it's Caleb and Ian active in the chat. But here's the second question. You have to answer this, and you have to answer it in its entirety in one message. Okay. Ian, you can't. I mean, you can compete, but then you'd give the answers away, but that's fine. Here's the question. What is the name of every single teaching series that we've done since we started our YouTube channel?
Oh my God.
Go. The name of every single teaching series that we've done since we started a YouTube channel. Who can name them? Ian, if you want to, you can give away the answers. Isaiah, could you name this without even looking?
This is hard. I've edited all these videos.
Yeah, bro, you're the architect here. Could you do it?
I know. I've done all these.
Try it without looking. See how many you can answer.
Okay, the first one.
No. Don't say it. Don't say it because that gives it away. Like, just write it down. Do you have a handy dandy Post-it note?
I don't have a handy dandy Post-it note.
Well, you got to get some of those.
You said just write them down?
Yeah, just write them down. See if you can do it. I wanna test you. I guess I should say how many there's been. I think there's been 7.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah, let's see. 7. There's been 8. 8 sermon series. Who's going to be the person to name all of them? Leah is muy confused. Well, Leah, looks like you have a lot of YouTube videos to watch to catch up.
Leah, we're naming all of the YouTube series we've ever done.
All the series, yep. So not the live ones, but all of the teaching series. Okay, Ian jumped in with 4 of them. All of which are ones that we've done.
He submitted early.
But there are 4 more. Ian even got them in a row, the first 4 that we did.
You said there's 8 of them or 9?
There's 8. You put a 9 in there? You put an extra one?
I'm missing 2.
Oh, you're missing 2. Uh-oh.
Hold up. What videos have I done? What was the sermon series we did earlier this year? Before the one that we're currently on.
Seems like you're gonna have to just remember that one.
Why am I forgetting? I've made the thumbnails for this.
Jade Hernandez. Let's see what you got. Long story short, one another. Yes, foundations, the King's Speech, you are what you love. Ephesians, it's tricky, distancing together. I think that is all of them. Wait, yeah. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, Jade got it. Woo! Wow. And right after, Caleb came in with all of them as well.
Wow.
That was That was very close. And then the Guilds came in as well. Oh my goodness. Ian, as a bonus, threw in a Nathan message, which on YouTube it was only one video, so it doesn't totally count as a series. But yeah, that was actually a bonus. So Ian, I
Didn't
should
we
put
talk
like
about the Christmas story too?
do what?
We talked about the Christmas story too, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't a series. It was just a one.
I know that's what for some reason that kept being stuck in my brain. Like we didn't do a whole series about that. What else did we do?
Oh my gosh! Wow! Congratulations, Jade, coming out of nowhere. You hadn't even said hi yet on the chat. I didn't even know you were here. But look at you doing that research. So Isaiah, which one did
I
you?
still have your tree, by the way.
Which one did you miss, Isaiah?
I missed "You Are What You Love." Was that the one we did earlier this year? It was.
Yeah, we did the first year. The first.
That was the one that I forgot. I remembered the King's Speech, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was called.
Yeah,
I was like, we talked about the Sermon on the Mount.
You named that series. That was your name.
I know. That's something I named.
You came up with that. Oh, that's awesome.
There's a lot of videos.
I remember every single message I've ever taught. And so obviously, just kidding. I wonder how many sermon series we've done ever since I became youth pastor. That's a lot.
He's like, all right, now look at that up.
Okay. Ian, you have highlighted a mistake. I did say episode 1 on the Nathan message.
Okay, so that's not a mistake on Graydon's part. It's a mistake on Isaiah's part. Because remember, we were going to upload that service that we did outside as episode 2, and then it just didn't sound or look good. So I was just like, we're not doing it.
Yeah, that's true. I should go back there and fix it.
Well, we could probably take it out of the title.
All right, Ian and Jade, you guys should expect a Chick-fil-A gift card in the mail probably within the next 3 months. Just kidding. This week. I mean, I don't know how long mail takes these days. What's the last time I sent a piece of mail? So look out for that. It'll be coming your way. Congratulations. Happy first birthday to our YouTube channel. And way to celebrate with us, guys. All right, we have some announcements. Isaiah, is anything important coming up like soon?
Spring retreat.
Spring retreat. Yeah. Spring retreat is like 3.5 weeks away.
Yes.
Which means that now's the time to register.
Yes.
You probably have like 2 weeks to register for that. So please jump online, get registered. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to be here at Antioch. We're going to be going in the venue, in the presence of God, having fun with each other, gaga ball out. It's going to be awesome. We actually have a special speaker lined up for Saturday night. We have a special worship team lined up for Saturday night. It's just going to be a great week.
Be lit. And then we have special things happening on Saturday. We have a group coming that is going to be really awesome. You guys are going to really, really like it.
Yeah, we're going to do some creative stuff in the parking lot. We have an ice cream truck coming. I mean, it's going to be lit, as the kids say.
It's going to be a litty, as
Yep.
I can't believe I said that.
I can't believe either of us said that. I feel like I should repent.
I should never say anything ever again.
Hey, Isaiah put the link in the chat as well, so you can get on there anytime. Another thing you need to apply for is Galveston.
Yes.
Galveston, people. You have 7 days, 1 week, if you will, to sign up for Galveston. So please get on there, jump in, take a mission trip to Galveston, July 10th through 16th. It's going to be incredible. We're going to share the gospel. We're going to serve the church. Antioch Galveston's down there. Isaiah was just down there. We're going to go to the beach. It's going to be fun, guys. It's going to be so fun to live some kingdom life together.
There's so much cool stuff that we're going to do.
It's going to be great. So please jump on there and submit your application. It's going to be amazing. Last announcements here. There is no youth this Sunday because the Passover Seder meal is happening at the church, and I know a bunch of families are getting in on that. Highly encourage that if there's still room. I don't know if there is. And then also we'll be in person next week, Wednesday night, for youth group. Can't wait to be with you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then Easter's coming up in a week and a half, guys. So I really would encourage you to invite a friend to our parking lot Easter service. It's going to be awesome to be out there all together to celebrate Easter together. I know last year we were just streaming it, and so it's going to be pretty cool that we get to do it in person in the parking lot. And so, yeah, make sure you invite someone to that.
To do Easter without like physical community. Like that was the first time I can remember where like I didn't celebrate Easter with like church people. So I grew up in church. Like that's like my earliest memories. So it was super weird in 2020. I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun. This Sunday in the parking lot, I will be preaching Palm Sunday, so we'd love to have you out there. And hey, here's what I was thinking. It'd be fun on Sunday to get a little youth section together at church in the parking lot. So, I know we sit with our families a lot, but I think it'd be kind of fun to grab our chairs, kind of create a little youth section somewhere. That way I can look at you guys and be like, what up? So that'll be fun. So yeah, invite someone to Easter. I think that'll be awesome as we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus. So without further ado, we are talking about, whoa, my earphone was making all sorts of weird noises in my ear. That was really weird. It's still making noises.
Oh, no.
I think my earphone is breaking as we speak.
Wow.
It's like making a high-pitched noise. It's like
live on air. Graydon.
Live on air.
Massey.
I don't know if I can talk with this noise going on. Oh, it went away. It went away. We're good. I kind of felt like it was about to blow up. It was like, anyway, it's doing it again. Take this out.
Wow, that was dramatic.
That's not dramatic. Okay. So yes, we're in the long story short series.
Yes, we are.
And we dropped a message about Abraham this morning.
Yes.
I want to hear in the chat, what do you know about Abraham? Please throw out any information that you know about Father Abraham, who had many sons. Many sons had Father Abraham. What do you know about him? Go. Isaiah, what do you know?
I know he's from the land of Ur. I know that he...
Fun fact about Ur.
We did talk about Ur.
Yeah, but fun fact about it, who else was from that area in the future? The Babylonians.
Yes.
And so homeboy Abraham
might have been
kind of like the father of the Babylonians too.
Might have been Babylonian.
That's kind of crazy. Ian threw a good fun fact out there. Abe's name is Abraham.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a real good one.
That's like super true.
It's like super true. He was put on hold from God for a little while in the scriptures there.
Yeah.
There's a little bit where just God was like, no. we don't,
like, you need to chill.
We're not speaking.
You need to get your act together, Abraham.
That always interested me as a child. I was like, did God like put him on hold? Like what happened? What happened to where Abraham hadn't talked to him in a long time?
All right, what else? What else do we know about Abraham? Who was he married to?
Sarah. No, Sarai.
Sarai.
Changed the Sarah.
Yeah. Abram and Sarai. I always got weirded out by changing names. When I was a kid, I kind of got scared that like God was going to change my name.
The things that we were concerned about with this Abraham narrative. We're afraid that God was going to change your name. I don't know why God just put their relationship on hold. We're like asking so many difficult questions.
I'm like, listen, man, like I like my name. Don't change my name.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of name changes in the Bible.
There was a very interesting story with Abraham and the king. I don't know what that story is about, but that story is very, very awkward, I would say. It's
pretty awkward. Yeah. Yeah, if you don't know that story, Abraham is like oh, this is my sister. Ooh, it's his wife. He gives Sarah away to this king, like, because she's his sister. And then the king finds out that it's not his sister. And he's like, why did you do that, you weirdo? And he does it twice.
How does that story end? I don't even remember how it ends.
Well, how it ends is that the king gives him a bunch of stuff. He gives him a bunch of like gold and livestock because he's like, get away from me. Just take this and leave. And he does it twice. And his son Isaac does that as well.
Oh, that's true. He does do it.
You want to talk about repeating your parents' sins?
I don't understand why.
Kind of crazy. Okay, we have some other good ones in here. Ian mentioned the stars. Yeah, one of the famous things about Abraham is that God promises that your descendants will be more numerous than the stars, which is actually insane because there's a lot of stars. Jade said he asked God to spare Sodom and Gomorrah. Yes, he did. And he asked God continually, what if I find this many righteous people? Yada, yada, yada. Turns out that there were literally no righteous people in Sodom and Gomorrah. So that was a sad story. His son was Isaac and Ishmael. Yes. And that's an important part of the story that we actually mentioned in the video, was that Abraham had a little bit of a problem. Well, Abraham and Sarah had a problem with waiting on God's timing, right? So God had promised them a son, a descendant, but they couldn't have kids. They couldn't have children until they were like 100 years old. And so, I mean, no fault to them. If I was 100 and I had been waiting on a child, I would also not believe that God was going to give me a child. But Sarah tells Abraham, just have a kid with her. He does it. He has Ishmael. And then Sarah's like, actually, no, I'm not okay with that. And so she changes her mind, and she sends Ishmael and his mom, Hagar, out into the desert to die. And Abraham's like, blah, 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 like, love you, Ishmael, but sorry. Like,
and then doesn't Ishmael grow up to be the leader of a tribe that goes against Israel? Like,
I mean, there was like some prophecy involved from God about Ishmael growing up to be. Yeah, he grew up. I mean, he didn't die in this desert, thankfully.
No,
God spares them. God sends an angel to spare them.
It's a crazy story of what actually happens to Ishmael.
It's a crazy story. But then finally he gets the promised son, Isaac. And then, I didn't even mention this in the video, but God tests him by asking him to sacrifice Isaac. It's kind of a picture of what's coming with Jesus sacrificing himself. So, yeah, it's insane. Let's say he said they were brothers and sisters so that they wouldn't take Abraham. Oh yeah, and kill Sarah as a wife. Yeah. So yeah, that's a crazy story. There's some crazy stuff about Abraham. He is in some ways a crazy important leader in the story of Israel that we should look to and say, I want the faith of Abraham. He didn't know God. Like at the beginning of his story, he did not know God. He was just some pagan dude. And he hears God tell him to pick up and move across the world, basically. And he does it. So there's some faith involved in that. And God, he listened to God's voice and he obeyed. And it says that it was counted as righteousness, right? So he is an important part of the story. And out of Abraham's family, God creates the nation of Israel. And right. That's where the story gets going. I mean, we're talking about the story of God in Scripture. Long story short, up until now, Israel has not been a part of the story. We're talking about creation, fall, but now this is actually the story, God beginning the rescue plan of all humanity by creating a people called Israel. And that starts with Abraham. And so Abraham's super important, but we also see that Abraham is absolutely just broken and sinful and messed up.
Yes.
And so we have to acknowledge that. Abraham was really made horrible decisions at times. There were times where he did not listen to God and obey. He owned a ton of slaves. He was super rich, and we don't really know if he used that to care for the poor. I mean, there's a lot of things where we're not sure about this guy. He was messed up. But God used his life, and that's where it's an encouragement to us, is that God, when he speaks, he's just asking for faithfulness and obedience. And even when we mess up, even when we have our baggage involved, we bring our baggage with us, right? Even then, God still uses us for a purpose, and He helps us along the way to walk in obedience. And so, Abraham's a pretty crazy story, but is really, really important, right? And like Joel, like you're saying, Abraham trusted in God. Abraham trusted in God, yes, and amen. And man, I want to be someone like that, right? Who it can be said, well, at least Graydon walked in faith. Even when we didn't have it all figured out, at least he walked in faith. So Abraham is really, really important part of the story. Isaiah, what's something that you take away from the life of Abraham? Like when you think about his story and the different things that he did, the way that God used his life, like what's something that sticks out to you?
I think what sticks out to me is just like his constant, like, yes. Like for somebody who, you have to remember about Abraham, he didn't have anybody to like look up to. Like he didn't have like the people that Isaac or David or Joseph or Jacob, they had people that were their fathers and mothers that they can look up to be like, okay, yeah, this is how you follow God.
Yeah.
Like Abraham was like the first, like God
Yeah.
picked him to be used. And it's a lot of his life, I feel like, is like him just trying to kind of figure it out, but he kept saying yes and he kept chasing.
Yeah,
He never just like said, all right, like I'm giving up on this. Maybe this was all a fake. Maybe I didn't really actually hear him or anything like that. It's like, no, he kept going after God's heart. And again, like you said, he did not do that perfectly at all. I don't think anybody would say that he did.
Yeah.
But the fact that he just kept saying yes is like super, super encouraging.
Yeah.
It's something that we could definitely learn from.
Yep.
That's, like it says I believe it says in Hebrews that Abraham had faith and it was credited to him as righteousness. Like he had faith in God that was like credited to him as having a right standing before God. Like that's what that passage means. And it's crazy because it's like, how much faith did you have in God before Jesus even came that God looked down upon you as like, okay, yeah, this man is right before me. Like that has to be, it's crazy how much faith he had in God.
Yeah.
And
it's good.
It's a cool thing to look to.
And so this is why it's such an important part of the story, right? So why do we start, not start, but why do we bring this up? Why do we take a whole week in the story of the Bible to look at this? Well, it's because Abraham is so important. And Abraham, and specifically God's promise to Abraham, is extremely important in the story of God, because he's creating Israel, because he's showing us that what God desires is faith. But that faith is within relationship. So it's not just like faith is like this good thing that we can do and then we worked ourselves into righteousness. Like no, it's a relational thing. Right. But then also Abraham, the promise to Abraham is fulfilled in Jesus. So like this is why it's so important, is because it's a sign of God's promises, right? One of our themes, God promises throughout the whole story, that's then fulfilled in our other theme, Jesus. Right. And so when God tells Abraham that I'm going to bless you so that you can bless all the nations of the earth, he's talking about the gospel. He's talking about this good news, this blessing that's going to go to every people on planet earth through Jesus, right, who came through Israel, right? So God blesses Abraham, gives him children, creates a nation. And so that's the blessing to Abraham, but that blessing then produced Jesus, who is a blessing to all the nations of the earth. And so when we look at Abraham, we're actually looking at the gospel, which is what Paul says in Galatians when he says the gospel was preached beforehand to Abraham. He's trying to say like the gospel was being preached all the way back in Genesis 12. It's just that Abraham couldn't see the full picture, which is, again, another encouragement to us. Like, hey, we may not be able to see the whole picture, but we can listen to God and we can obey and we can walk in faith. And when we do that, we are operating within this story that God is writing, and we don't know the whole thing, but God does, and he uses our faithfulness and our obedience to contribute to the purposes of God. So, man, it's this really encouraging thing. And so, hey, I encourage you guys, go back to Genesis 12, read Genesis 12, read Genesis 15, where the Abraham's promises kind of restated again. Read all throughout Genesis and read about the crazy stories about what he did. Like, it's a really important part of the story. And the crazy thing is that Abraham is actually like revered across the world, across multiple religions. And so like traditionally, it's like Abraham is very important to Jewish people, obviously, because he was the father of Israel. He's important to Christians because we've been brought into the family of Abraham. Even if we're Gentiles, we've been brought into the family through the gospel. Abraham is important to Muslims. Because traditionally it's seen as Ishmael being the father of Muslims there. And so like actually Abraham is a really important person to know about, to share the gospel, to be able to relate to other people in other religions, so that we can really relate to them and have a common like language and talk about this and why Abraham's important to us and why we think that he led to Jesus. So anyway, it's a really important part of the story, and I think it's worth it for us to continually think about the Abrahamic covenant, because it's fulfilled in Jesus. So so that was this week on Long Story Short. Next week we're going to be looking at Moses, another rock star in the faith, Moses and the law. And if anyone's ever had questions about the law, why did we have the law? Why did God give the law? What was the point of it? That's going to be talking about next week. So we're moving the story forward. We're jumping into finally out of Genesis and into another book, Exodus and Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. So it's going to be awesome next week. So hope you guys are enjoying this series where we're walking through the Bible. I'd encourage you to jump in the scriptures each week and read what we're talking about, so that you can really get a feel for the story throughout the Bible. Also, if you have questions about Abraham, or you have questions next week about the Exodus or the law, like please send those in. We want to talk about what you guys are talking about. Hello to Sarah, and you're asking me why is my name G Money? Mostly because that was one of my nicknames when I was a kid at my church. Why, you ask? I'm not sure, because I didn't have a lot of money when I was a kid. I wasn't like rolling in the dough. Someone at my church started calling me G Money, and so I just wrote that on there.
You just kept it.
I just kept it. Yeah. So if anyone wants to give me money glasses or something, then I'll wear those sometimes.
I got you.
All right. Well, that's it that we have. That's all that we have. There's Judah Cox. Judah finally jumping in the chat. We knew you were here. We knew you were watching this.
We knew you were somewhere, Judah.
G Money is the new Bitcoin. Yeah. G Money. I'm gonna create a new cryptocurrency called G Money. And
I think we needed to jump in the chat just to make the joke. That's Judah for you.
Yeah, and if you guys want to, you can start investing early in G Money. It's gonna really take off. I'm gonna put my face on it.
Wait, Sarah's asking whose birthday is it? Come on, Sarah.
Sarah, it is our YouTube channel's first birthday.
Yes.
Our YouTube channel is gooing and gawing and learning how to walk, learning how to eat solid food.
Gooing and gawing.
Yeah, goo goo gaga. You know what I'm saying?
No baby says goo goo gaga.
What are you talking about? How many babies have you had?
0.
That's the international language of babies.
A baby? Okay.
Goo goo gaga. Actually, fun fact, our baby is saying mama, but she is not saying dada. So
wow.
That hurts.
I'm so sorry.
You know what? It's honestly okay. I'm over it, I think. But actually, no, it feels like daggers in the heart. So.
He said, I'm actually over it, I think, and then said no. Immediately says no.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Anyway, we've we've gone off the deep end into a strange topic.
It happens.
I think it's time to close this show out. I think it's time to close out this birthday party. And congratulations again to Jade and Ian, who won Chick-fil-A gift cards for winning our trivia.
Jade said, "Go ahead and send hers to me." Yeah.
Send hers to you. Really? Is that kind of like the Christmas tree situation where you're stealing it from her?
I didn't steal the Christmas tree. The game was played, and that's how the game.
You stole it in the game, right?
No, my wife stole it first, and then I stole it from her, and then I ended up with it.
You stole it from your wife?
Yes, but it wasn't really a steal because we were going into the same place. Duh.
Yeah, then why'd you steal it?
Do you see Jade? She says,
"Oh wow, she's
not lie,
bro.
Do not lie.
Do not lie. Do not lie." Wow.
I didn't steal anything. Why does everybody keep accusing me of theft?
It sounds like you stole it from her in a game.
Okay, I will give. Okay, I'm not gonna say that out loud because that's not actually true. I was gonna say I'll give her the tree back, but
listen, Jade, you wouldn't even be using your Christmas tree right now, but Isaiah is, so he deserves the tree.
Look, she said, I will give you my Chick-fil-A card after I spend all the money, and then they will put you in Chick-fil-A prison.
I like that she said Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A prison.
Chick-fil-A prison.
In a Chick-fil-A prison? Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome. All right, you crazy people. Have a great night. We will see you on Sunday morning, and we will see you next Wednesday in person at youth group. We can't wait to hang out with you. Please pray for me as I prepare my sermon for Sunday. And like I said last week, if you guys know any donkeys for me to ride on Palm Sunday, then let me know. So we will see you guys soon. Have a great night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.